Wish to leverage QR codes in your marketing campaigns but unsure about QR code size? I've got you covered. Let's assume you've created a custom branded QR code, all with your brand logo at the center and your brand colors nicely reflecting on it. You want to use this QR code in multiple places: billboards, store aisles, print ad, etc. How do you make sure the QR code on your billboard scans the same way as your print ad QR code? This is where QR code size comes in. No matter how customized and attractive your QR code looks, if you get the sizing wrong, you are providing a poor experience to your customers, plus you suffer losses. Get the sizing right and you ensure easy scannability regardless of where you plan to deploy them, and hence a successful campaign. Let me give you a quick primer on QR code specifications. A simple black and white QR code consists of many tiny black and white squares that form patterns. Each of these black and white squares is called the module. The earliest version of a QR code comprised a 21 by 21 module configuration. That is 21 modules along 2 directions. Version 2 had 25 by 25 module configuration. Version 3 had 29 by 29 module configuration. With each new version, there has been an addition of 4 modules horizontally and vertically. The latest QR code type is version 40, with 177 by 177 configuration, a total of 31,329 modules. This is the maximum number of modules that can be used in QR codes currently. Depending on the amount of data to be encoded and the character type, more modules are required and therefore a bigger size. Now that you understand about modules in QR code, let's understand how small or how big your QR code can be. Well, QR codes can be as big or small as you'd like them to be. There is no maximum or minimum possible QR code size. But if you want your QR codes to be as small as possible, I recommend a 1 cm by 1 cm size. If you go smaller than this, your QR code may not be scannable. You can go as big as you want with your QR codes. Remember the QR code display with drones in the sky? How big that QR code was, right? All you have to do is make sure that when you design a big QR code like that, your modules are not stretched and blurry. The QR code size and the QR code module configuration affect each other. You have to get them accurate. It's best to rely on a QR code solution like BeaconStack that takes care of it for you. BeaconStack automatically chooses the module configuration based on different factors involved like data size, the extent of customization, error correction, etc. And they also provide an option to choose a custom size from within the platform itself. While determining the QR code size, you may also want to take the scanning distance into consideration. The rule of thumb to follow for the ideal QR code size is a 10:1 distance to size ratio. Depending on specific use case, consider the distance from which end users will view the QR code. For example, you want to determine the size of your QR code on a billboard. The typical scanning distance is around 750 to 1500 centimeters. Divide this distance by 10 and you get the ideal size for your QR code. In this case, it is 75 to 100 centimeters. Head to the link in the description to find out the ideal QR code sizes for different use cases, such as product packaging, magazines, TV commercials, and so on. That's all for today's lesson on QR code sizes. Hope this video gave you all the information you need to size your QR codes. If you have any questions, please drop in the comments section below and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.